And what I really, really like about today's talk is that Marc is going to take us a little bit beyond personal branding into being chosen. And this is a near and dear topic to my heart because I lived it for like 5 years until I realized I was building my home on rented properties. Then it all disappeared. And so we'll dive into that. But before we do, let me tell you just a little bit about who Marc is. So Marc's stories begin back when he was a kid and he wanted to change the world, like so many of us, right? Well, hopefully most of us. I know a few people who woke up and were like, yeah, this is fine, right? And upon realizing that it might take a little longer than anticipated, he got sidetracked and found himself playing bass on Broadway with the Tony Award-winning show Rent, which I love. He was completely unqualified, his words, not mine. But he had a gift for marketing himself, and the rest is Broadway history. So fast forward a bunch of years, and Marc now is the big cheese at Loudmouth. Loudmouth? What is a Loudmouth? How's that? Personal branding agency that specializing in making some of the world's most inspiring speakers, authors, coaches, and entrepreneurs impossible to ignore. Through their 1 in 10 initiatives, Marc and his team have a goal of reaching 1 billion people in 10 years through their work and clients. So if you're watching this right now, they might be 1 person closer. So Marc, I know we talked a little bit right before about the Broadway story. It always comes up. I think does it come up because people are like, how the hell did you make it to Broadway?
Yeah, well, first of all, it's a really cool story, but also it's just one of those things that is different, right? It's not everybody that oh, and by the way, I used to play on Broadway.
So how do you become, not just another video out there, or not just another article, or not just another meme? How do you become the chosen one? Someone who goes like, hey, who do you know that can really help me with personal branding? And the automatic response is Marc Ensign. So how do you become that? You have a 3-step system that you actually walk with all your clients through, right? And like, how do I get the same audience that he has if both he and I kind of like resonate on the same thing?
Sure. So the first place I always start when trying to figure out how to differentiate yourself is to figure out.
A lot of people think that you can become chosen overnight. Right? All you have to do is have the right messaging, have the right look and feel, have a good website, nice over, and you're chosen. So let's talk about the time, the patience, and the work that goes into becoming J.K. Rowling. Says, hey, can you ask Marc to talk more about competing on price? That is a major issue in my profession. So how do you not compete on price?
That's by being seen as an authority. Like that is the number one thing. Like it.
Do I need to be everywhere for people to see me? Do I need to spend some ads? How do I boost my visibility in Marc Ensign's world? Guys, if you don't know where you are right now, guess what? There's an app for that. It's not really an app, but you can start there. And thank you, Allison, for tagging Lisa and Lori. Hopefully you guys can watch the replay because we're about done, and hop on into I'm.geek.com/live. You'll get this assessment and you can know where you are right now, which is a great way to know what you need to focus on to where you want to go. So all that stuff you have to kind of figure out before you even embark on the personal branding journey, because otherwise you might be chosen, but for the wrong stuff.
Right. Well, yeah, exactly. Or you might just head down a path that you spend a year writing a book only to realize that you hate it.